Yes, sir.
What are you doing here?
We're finishing a documentary. You know, festivals are great because they're really just deadlines for filmmakers. In some ways, obviously, it's a lot more than that. It's a celebration of cinema, culture, and a place to share what you're passionate about with people that are really passionate about filmmaking and films in general. We made this crazy portrait of the United States, and what I think is a really important time to take a look at ourselves.
A day in the life of America.
Yeah.
One day, July 4th.
Yeah.
How did you do this? What was it, like almost 100 crews around the country?
Yeah.
First of all, who financed this?
I did. I mean,
Wow.
it wasn't the craziest thing in the world to do because, you know, the great thing about the times that we're living in, it's cheaper and easier than ever before to make films, especially documentary film, and that's great because there are so many stories worth exploring, and so it was pretty down and dirty run and gun, but you know, I was super passionate about the idea, and I put together this really hardworking group of people, and we just went for it.
So explain what it is. Is it slices of life throughout the country?
It really is. We on a single day, July 4th, we sent 92 crews all over the country. Had people in every single state, Puerto Rico and D.C. And we turned the camera on ourselves, and we plotted and planned for weeks and weeks. We knew that there were certain things we wanted to capture, and then there were certain things that we hoped to capture, and other things that we didn't know we would capture that we did, and we were blown away by. But you see the beauty of this country, you see the contradiction, you see the pain, the hope, a lot of hope, and it's incredible. And in a time where it's so easy probably for people to feel a bit hopeless, that there's so much optimism.
But an ugly side of America, too.
Oh, yeah.
You have the KKK in there.
Yeah, we have the KKK. We have the warts and all. I mean, I wanted to make an apolitical piece, and that was a mandate that we all had, all of the camera crews and the producers, to take a good look at ourselves. I don't think it was important not to take a side. It's kind of hard not to. I think impossible to be completely objective, but we really didn't want to take a side. We wanted to hold up the camera and tell the story of who we are.
What do you hope the movie does?
You know, I hope it continues a conversation that's being had. As you can see, everybody in the film, it's not the first time they've thought or talked about these things. I don't think, you know, whether it's the opiate crisis or equality or diversity, whether it's Trump or ideas of America and the American dream. These are things that people are talking about. And for me, I really wanted it to be a time capsule that, you know, if you buried it and dug it up 100 years from now, but you know exactly where, what time it was, and what was happening in the world.
What's the biggest thing you learned?
Well, that a lot happens in a day. You know, we're all so consumed with our lives, you know, our busy lives, and, you know, we're glued to our phones and to the news, and we know that a lot happens. But when I watch the film and when we're working at it, I think I always lose sight of the fact that it was shot in a single day. You know, because there's so much that happens. There's so much, I mean, just the physical diversity in this country and the beauty of the United States is just mind-blowing.
Is this a film you'd want to screen at the White House for the president?
I mean, I think that would be an interesting experiment. You know, I think I would love everyone to see it. I mean, Donald Trump is president. Donald Trump he's in the movie. So yeah, it'd be I think be great if you watched it. I mean, these are the people that he's representing, right? You know, so I think that, you know, watching it would probably just be a one more avenue to understand and continue to hear the voices that are that he represents.
You said that there's a lot of hope.
Yeah.
Are you hopeful for the country?
I'm a hopeful pessimist, I guess.
Is that the glass half full or half empty?
No, or pessimistic optimist. I think ultimately we'll get there, but man, we're going to cause a lot of damage. It doesn't seem like none of us really change until we have to. And it takes a significant amount of drama and trauma. We like to beat ourselves up quite a bit, I suppose. But it is a fascinating time, and the film explores that fascinating time. And we have the birth of children. We have people sharing their last words. We have incredibly surprising stories. We go from some of the most violent neighborhoods in the country to some of the most affluent. On the 4th, when the sun set, I was in a helicopter above Los Angeles filming the fireworks, and we had another camera crew that was in New York, flying around the Statue of Liberty and just filming this massive crescendo that happens in the film when the country's celebrating. We had a lot of fun making it. It was really exciting, and usually documentaries, they're not often shot in a day or an hour, So that was kind of fun because usually, you're shooting and shooting and shooting. We were buried in footage afterwards.
Yeah, how many hours of footage did you have?
I can't even tell you. I mean, it's limitless. We also had 10,000 submissions from people all over the country and the world. Because I had originally asked for people to comment and tell us who they thought we were. Because it was like, you have to ask your neighbors, too, if you want to get an accurate portrait. But we ended up using only the footage that our camera crews shot, for the most part. There were a couple of newsreel shots. There's some news footage and crowdsourced footage, but for the most part, that's what we shot.
Is a day in the life of the world next, or a day in the life of another city?
I mean, I'd love to do a day in the life of China, day in the life of Russia, day in the life of, I think it's fascinating. India, my God, that would be incredible.
Was there a group of people or someone you really wanted for this that you didn't get?
There was actually. It's quite a funny story. It was we found this amazing couple that agreed to let us film the birth of their child, and they were going to do an at-home natural birth, which is very brave in and of itself. And so we filmed, and luckily enough, the baby was coming on the day that we shot. Right, that was the first big hurdle, and we're like, yes. And I was on the phone like an expectant father all day. How are we doing? She dilated, and
is it gonna happen before midnight?
Breathe. Yeah. Exactly, and we kept checking in. It was like, oh my God, we're getting this amazing footage. She's in the bathtub, screaming in agony and joy, and she didn't have the baby until the 5th. So, spoiler alert. But what we did is we roll the credits, and then we show the baby being born. But what did they name the kid? I forgot.
Jared.
I thought it should have been America. What surprised me as well how controversial some of the stuff that's in the film is, and it is. That's us.